Hey, it's Game Hydra. I'm going to show you how to beat every boss in this game. Now, in this video, we're going to start with the bosses from Worlds 1, 2, and 3. All levels, all bosses, all mini-bosses. So we're going to go over them in order. And as much as possible, for stages that are old, we've downgraded our equipment, and I'm going to use, when appropriate, the only level 1 pilot I have, who I haven't even upgraded yet, in order to make things even and present more of a challenge, so that the strategy that I'm going over looks a little bit more like what you might be using when you clear the level for the first time. Alright, so first up we got the clock dude from level 1. Not really much to say about him. We hadn't downgraded the equipment yet, so it was almost a one-hit kill. Second up, this dude. So, it's kind of the same with a lot of these bosses. Just make sure to avoid getting hit and suck in the pink projectiles whenever it is safe and possible to do so. The pink projectiles, sucking them in will not only help you stop getting hit, but will also give you powerful attacks to shoot out. Alright, so what are my favorite attachments for fighting bosses? Personally, my favorite attachments, anyways, this is level 1-3 and we're on the clock dude again as a mini boss, but my favorite attachments for fighting these bosses, number 1 by far and away is the plasma. The Tesla plasma, as you can see me shooting it off there, because it does damage many times over to a boss. And you can see the health draining very fast on that boss. My next favorite is the Airstrike. I believe it's Airstrike 2, the one that does area of effect damage rather than having only a single target, because that one not only hits bosses over and over, but it hits their underlings, like that little card dude you can see above. Anyway, yeah, we're back on this dude as a mini boss. So the mini bosses generally have 10 times the bar for hit points, while the final boss, or not final boss, while the main boss has 20 times the bar. Alright, so for the cat dude, pay attention to his patterns, suck up the bowling pins when you can, and watch out for when he turns into a bowling ball, because he's invincible, and so there's no point in trying to shoot him, and he'll do heavy damage to you when you pass him. Alright, next up, the eagle dude with the big mouth. Move to the top of the screen, or not the top, move to the middle and get your thumb out of the way so that you don't block your own vision. Now with the card lady, most important thing here is to look at those dotted lines. That's where all of her attacks are going to slap down at. Get the hell out of the way. Beyond that, just do damage. Alright, so it's the teapot it looks like the teapot from Beauty and the Beast. So the little mini teapots do not take damage and they will block your shots. Try to suck up the pink tea that she drops, but only do it when it's safe, because when she drops pink tea right near herself, oftentimes that is a ploy to sucker you in order to get you to inflict self-harm, basically. Alright, busted the teapot. Next up, we got this cookie, this dancing cookie thing. And I'm going to put all the real names of the bosses in the description, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. Sue me. So, get out of the way when she's throwing her head at you. That's simple enough. After about the second time throwing the head, she'll start shooting out gumdrops. those can be a little trickier, but just make sure to suck up the pink ones and fire them back at her. Here is the teapot again. Now, okay, this time we got the plasma, and as you can see, the plasma does quite a lot of damage. Alright. So right now I'm using my S-grade pilot, Elsa. She is the only pilot as of the moment that I shot this video. She's the only pilot to be at level 1. So that's why I downgraded to her. But pretty soon, once we get into World 3, we're going to have to start bringing back some of the stronger equipment and stronger pilots. Alright, my wife's texting me. I will text her back very shortly. Alright, what do we got next? The cookie lady again. So, all the same tips pretty much apply here. Oh yeah, and get the hell out of the way when she charges at you. And she's going to move back up, so make sure you don't get caught napping when she does. That's pretty much the gist of it. General tip with all these bosses, though, don't worry about slowing down the battle if it's not safe to either shoot in general or to shoot off your stunt shot or swallow pink ammo. It's better to have the battle go a little slower but still win it than to try to speed things up and to lose it. And the most important thing, the most important key to winning is avoid getting hit. Do anything possible to avoid getting hit. Alright, this dude's fun. Bullet Bill, but with extra steps, I guess. So the second group shot, or whatever you call it, that he shoots out, the second shotgun blast, typically will be all pink. So just be ready for it. Get ready to suck up the ammunition without getting hit by the first or the third blast. And get out of the way when he rams. Pretty simple. Alright, there's the cowboy cookie again. So those wavy shots, though, they can be really tough to avoid. So focus hardcore on those. Other than that, get the hell out of the way. And when he does those side-to-side wavy shots, move all the way to the left or all the way to the right, and you will not get hit by them ever. And with this guy and many other bosses, try to shoot your plasma into the middle. Alright, here's the evil cupcake queen or something like that. She's got a lot of candy to shoot at you. So make sure to avoid it. And as always, get the pink ammo, but only if it's safe to do so. If it is not safe, don't be afraid to slow things down. Alright, here comes the bullet barrel dude again, except this time as a mini boss. Now when he shoots out of the barrel like that, it's not the barrel itself that takes the damage, it's the dude that shot out of the barrel that takes the damage. But if all else fails, though, just get the hell out of the way so that he doesn't attack, so that he doesn't damage you, just because you're trying to get 2 or 3 extra shots in. Alright, so this cake is a multi-tiered boss. Obviously, you're going to have to get rid of the depressed ducks first. That is very easy work, not only for your area of effect airstrike, but for the Tesla. But make sure to get the ducks out of the way first to make this battle a lot easier. Yes, you can kill the Cake Mountain dude without getting rid of the top ducks, but that just makes the battle significantly harder. All right. There we go. All right, now we're on level 3-1. We're fighting what looks like a red skibbity toilet. Oh, that is the attack you absolutely have to look out for when he launches his head at you. Make sure you're either all the way to the left or all the way to the right, because he never goes that far. You can see that he always leaves one character space to the left or to the right. So that is your main strategy on that guy. Next up, this flying angel devil thing. Obviously, you want to avoid those electric bars. And if you're using the Tesla plasma, as I am, try to make sure you're in the middle when it comes time to launch it again. That way, it can simply float up there, do all kinds of damage, while you try to avoid the obstacles and let it do the work. With that bullet storm midway through, that's a good opportunity to suck up some pink projectiles, but they can be a little sporadic, so make sure you only do it when it's safe. All right, the skibbity toilet's back. So other than the head launch attack, he's going to shoot bugs at you, many of which will be pink. So suck them up. And if you're using Scott, this is a great opportunity to launch tuna cans. If you're using Echo, great opportunity to launch fireballs. All right, the depressed Zen monkey is next. So he's got a few different attack phases. Watch out for that beam. It will launch with almost no warning. You're going to have to essentially just look at the animations. Might be a dotted line there. Can't really tell. Yes, there is a dotted line for a very faint amount of time. That's your warning. Otherwise, he'll drop fireballs down. Some of them will be pink. Try to swallow the pink ones. That's actually pretty easy to do on this level. All right, Devil Girl again. Nothing really new to report strategy-wise with her. Just avoid the yellow bars and use your attacks. Oh. With the bullet storm, yes, it's good to get pink ammo sucked in, but it's more important just to come out of it unscathed. So if you have to miss the pink bullets, then miss them. All right, this guy is one of the hardest and most annoying bosses in the entire game, because those bones block any and all damage. The good thing is, though, you have things like the Tesla and the airstrike and the boomerangs that you can use, which pierce through quite literally everything, which render this dude's insane defense not as important as it normally would be. But attacks like the laser that the wingman uses or your regular bullets, they'll probably be pretty ineffective. And as far as your charge attack, or not your charge attack, your stunt attack, piercing stunt attacks are decent, like the one that Elsa uses. All right. So we're going to get a little boost here and try to win this and simply try to avoid getting hit. When he shoots that cluster of bones at you, watch out for them to explode and fire a shot behind you and hitting you from behind. That is the one that's the easiest to accidentally get hit by. And cleared the level. All right, next up, we got the return of the depressed Zen monkey. So, suck in. Okay, first of all, avoid the dotted lines because then he's going to Kamehameha you after the dotted line shows up. And try to suck in the pink shot, but only if it's in the right location. If it's in the wrong... If there's a blue shot next to it that's about to hit you, stay the hell away. And just take things gradually and slowly. All right. Next, we got this smoking dude. There's not a ton of strategy to this guy. Basically, avoid the smoke rings that he blows out. At some point in their trajectory, they'll just sit on the screen, and then after about 5 or 6 seconds, they will explode. So time the explosions and don't be near them when they do explode. If you're using Iron Arm with his melee attack, the stage may be a little more difficult than it is with your normal long-range characters, but as you can see, still imminently beatable. All right, bye-bye, Smokey. Here's my least favorite boss again, the bony dude. Now, with Scotty, I have the tuna can throw as the stunt attack. And because the tuna cans don't land until they hit their target, you can actually sidestep the circle of bones that normally... protects this dude from getting hit. I also don't have the plasma right now. I've got the boomerangs, and those are infinitely piercing, so they can hit him without the bones breaking them. All right, so for this guy, as you can see right at the beginning, he fires a very long 3-piece type shot. We're going to take a risk here and see if we can trade some damage. All right, there we go. We're going to take a risk and see if we can trade some damage for sucking up an unlimited amount of pink shots. There we go. Lots and lots and lots and lots of damage. But I'm taking damage too. Turns out that plan was fool's gold. So don't give in to that temptation. It is better to avoid damage than to take extra damage in order to do the stunt shot. Avoid those bars. Avoid the 3-headed ghost guys. And everything on here moves pretty slowly, pretty easy. All right, thus concludes 1-1 through 3-6. Thank you for watching. It's Game Hydro. Please like and subscribe, and check out future boss videos we might make as well.